Hello, welcome back to Not Just Another Jessica. I'm Jessica. Well, we have made it halfway through our no spend year. We started our no spend year in January of 2020 and we've made it to summertime. I thought I would do a quick little video, kind of a reflection on things that we've learned, things that we've gone through over this 6 months or so. So here we go. As a quick reminder to what our no spend rules were, I have printed them up. We were only going to buy food and drinks that we really needed, try to limit excess purchases at the grocery store. We were going to spend on utilities and bills, obviously. We have to pay to live. Spend on medicine and doctors. Keep spending on kids' lessons and extracurriculars because that's important for our kids to have as they grow up. We're going to spend on gas for the car and car maintenance. And I wanted to still be able to go out monthly with my husband, go have a nice dinner or lunch somewhere. The no-buy was clothes, jewelry, shoes, subscription boxes, toys, kitchen gadgets, more craft supplies, more video games or electronics, visits to the salon, cable TV, movie tickets, new toys and board games, home decor items, holiday decor items, home smell wells like plug-ins and air fresheners and those sort of things. So, how did this go? Well, 2020 has been a weird one and kind of a sad one here and there too. I mean, my goodness, every day is something else. So it has affected our no spend in some ways. The first way our no spend has been affected by the year that 2020 has been is that eating out in restaurants has not been an option. A lot of our kids' extracurricular activities have switched over to a Zoom platform. In those ways, we have saved a lot of money. I mean, we have not eaten out. We've been cooking all of our meals at home, and that has been enjoyable to cook and eat with the family. My kids' extracurriculars have been canceled, so they have been home for family meals, which is just truly a treat. Now that I have older kids that are busy in the afternoons, having them home for family dinner time has been really nice. So we've been eating more at home as a family, and we've been taking the time to cook more labor-intensive foods like the homemade breads and homemade dishes we might not otherwise have time for if we were rushing around. So that has been a no-spend win, I guess, although it was caused by the devastation of this year. We have not had to buy clothes, jewelry, or shoes with the exception of things that the kids have grown out of. So they have had to get new socks, underwear, and shoes. Now these are things that were just grown out of. They weren't frivolous purchases, but I've been so much of a no-spend mentality that I put them in my cart online, and it took me almost a month to actually click buy because I thought, I don't want to spend money on this. We've been doing such a good job of savings. And eventually, as they continued to bring me socks with giant holes in the bottom for me to throw away, I thought, okay, I do need to spend money on this. But it's been really nice that the no spend has kind of reset my idea of spending. It's not fun or quick or easy. It's more like, ugh, I don't really want to do this. And that really limits the wasted money going out each month. Right now we're dealing with some unpredictability in the world. And I have to say it's been a good thing that we were on a no spend at the beginning of the year. That caused us to save a lot of money. And it's nice to have extra money in the bank when hard times hit. So I would say that I'm grateful that we did a no spend and we're able to save extra money and have that in savings just in case something were to happen where we would need it. Luckily, my husband's job has been secure and we continue to essentially have the same lifestyle that we've had before. One change we've had this year is that my husband, who generally travels for work, has been home more. So we've been cooking more food and eating more with him, and that has been nice, but certainly different. It has been 11 years since he has been home on a regular basis, and that's something new for sure, but really nice. We have been able to do a lot of activities here at home, And they have been no-spend activities. The kids have been challenging themselves on Khan Academy to learn some new things before they start their coming school year. They have been playing outside so much and going on bike rides and just doing a lot of simple things that I remember doing as a child. But sometimes kids just don't have time for it nowadays, as they're just really overscheduled sometimes and just busy all the time. So suddenly they have times to play together and to do things that they don't usually do. And I think that's really great. I'm really pleased with that. The activities that we do as a family have become things like going for a walk, going for a bike ride, doing something where we can be outside and kind of distance ourselves from other people. One no-spend win that has been happening has been our garden is done, and we've had a lot of time to work in it, especially my husband. He works really hard out there. And it's starting to come in, and we're starting to get ripe raspberries and blueberries, and our fruit trees have a lot of fruit on them, especially for how young they are. So that's been really great. We're going to start getting produce out of our yard, and that can cut back on the amount of times that we have to go to the store and the amount of money we have to spend on fruits and vegetables. I tried to make sure to plant things that were expensive to buy. So my family loves raspberries, but they are very pricey. So I planted those, and so when we're at Costco, it won't be $7 for a small container of raspberries. We'll just be able to pick them in the yard, and they'll be more each year. So for this year, they're probably going to be a small amount, but as the garden matures, we'll see more and more fruit coming off of it, and that'll be a lot of fun. It's another thing that I want my kids to remember. I talked about in my bunch bike video how I like the idea that my kids will remember me riding them around in our cargo bike. And I want them to remember being able to go out into the yard and eat food from the garden. I think that would be really neat for them, and I think that that would be kind of a nice, simple family memory that they can look back on as they get older. There have been some things that I haven't needed to buy this year, and I have been so surprised because I had so many extras. I have not had to buy new shampoo, conditioner, lotion, or any sort of cosmetics outside of mascara since the year started, and it's just because I had so much stocked up, and that was wasteful of me to have so many things stocked up on hand. So it's been nice to use those up and to save money by not buying more when I already have them. Another thing that I have not missed is I canceled my FitFab Fun Box. And I used to enjoy getting it in the mail. It was kind of a fun surprise, but I found I wasn't using the items that came in it. And I still have, I think, 8 of them under my bathroom counter that I just don't use. So I'm glad that I canceled that, because I would rather use the money that I was spending on that to replace an item that I actually use, as opposed to getting sent random things in the mail, which might be fun and seem fun like a gift, but it's not really a gift because you are paying for it. So canceled that subscription service. We also canceled our Netflix because we found we had kind of watched anything on there that we were interested in and no longer felt the need to have that. So right now for TV, the only things that we're paying for are, we have a bundle of Hulu and Disney Plus, and that is it. And that has been plenty, even now being stuck at home. We have a firm rule that we don't do screen time until after 4 p.m. So even during summer and quarantine, the kids need to be doing creative or outdoor things, or reading or building, or just doing something that uses their mind, not mindlessly consuming entertainment. So that has been a no-spend win. Let's see. We have not had to buy gas for the car very often, as we have not been leaving the home very often. So that has been an intentional no-spend win. The kids have been using some of their leftover craft supplies and art kits to busy themselves. So that is a creative way that they have been entertaining themselves without spending money. We are coming up on the second half of our no-spend. So what do I see looking forward in this? There will be some expenses that we have to pay for. Now these are planned expenses. The expenses that I'm thinking about are homeschool curriculum for the coming year, dues for all of the sports and extracurriculars, and also school payments like homeschool co-op payments and stuff. One of the things that I do to try to offset some of these expenses is that I am a teacher at our homeschool co-op. Now, I was a teacher by trade before I had children, and I enjoy working with kids, so it's kind of a win-win. I get to be involved in the kids' classes, and it makes it more affordable for our family. So that is one way. If you are trying to spend less money, one tip I have would be to try to work at your kids' activities, whether it's a dance studio and they need a receptionist, or your soccer club needs a team like a league treasurer or a board member. If you can find a way to work there, it's just such a positive thing because you get to be in the know about what's going on. You get to be involved with your kids. Your kids see that you care about them because you're putting your time towards that, and you can save money. So that is one thing to look out for. Another expense that will be coming up is the holidays, and I plan to mitigate that expense or manage it to the best of my ability by starting to plan early, by looking for the special foods for the fall and Christmas holidays early, by not overbuying gifts, and by really limiting the amount of people outside of our immediate family that we buy for. I think that we will plan to buy for each of our children, nothing for each other. We're set. We have everything we need. And then just grandparents and great-grandparents. And so often, the meaningful gifts for grandparents and great-grandparents are really affordable. Family photos, those sort of things. I do plan to, as we get ready for the holiday season, do a photo shoot with my family, and I hope to take the camera along and show you how I do that. I do photography on the side, and it is really fun. It's a great hobby, and it makes wonderful memories. I love looking back at all of our old photos. The no spend so far has been challenging in some ways and not in others. Every once in a while, when I'm on the computer, something will pop up, and I'll kind of go down that rabbit hole of looking, what do they have? What's for sale? Oh, that's a great deal. And I'll even put it in my digital cart. But luckily, because I've set these firm boundaries that we're not buying those, I'll just look at it for a second and say, you know what, I don't need this. This is not worth trading our time, our money for, and any sort of family security we have, or progress towards the goals we've set for ourselves, such as paying off our home early and possibly looking into a vacation property. There's no amount of consumer goods that are going to be worth trading for. We'd like to work towards the long-term goals. I believe because we've been stuck inside, the no spend has certainly been easier. One of the skills I've picked up over the no spend is that I have been preparing all of our meals before we leave the house, if we do have to go. So the restaurants haven't been open for a while, and that's kind of forced that, but it has now become a habit. So that's a habit I hope to hold on to because it's a great money saver and it is more healthy. So that's our no spend. We haven't bought consumer goods. We haven't wasted money on things we don't need. If you're doing a no spend, go ahead and leave information in the comments if you have a link to your video, or let us know how it's going, or if you would like to do a no spend. I did a no spend year. I'm working on my no spend year for 2020, but you could easily do a no spend week, month, or 6 months. So if you want to join in on a no spend that goes until the end of December, go ahead and start on that now. And I challenge you to make your own videos about it. I'm new to my YouTube channel, but I have found making videos about the things I do here at home and my no spend to be a lot of fun and really encouraging to stay on track. So why don't you join us, make a video about it, and let us know how it's going. And if you do make one, link it down below. I hope you all have a great day, and remember to like and subscribe for more information about my no spend and my regular videos that I also do that have to do with family, home life, budgeting, money saving tips, DIYs, and all things home life. I hope you have a great day. Goodbye.